Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Amy Shrader with RE/MAX Real Estate 10.
And I'm Kim Swan with Mortgage Investors Group.
And we're going to talk to you today about selling your home yourself. That's called FSBO, if you haven't heard that term, for sale by owner. And so it's commonly referred to as FSBO. So we're going to talk to you a little bit about if you choose to sell your home yourself. And then at the end of the show, we're going to have a new contest that we're going to do that pertains to back to school and helping your favorite teacher win some money for her classroom. So stay tuned for that. But first of all, we're going to talk about selling your home yourself. And Kim, you know this, when the market gets good, kind of like we're at now, a lot of people want to save themselves some money. And so they decide to sell their home themselves. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, if that's, the best option for you and your family, then by all means do that. But there's a lot of things that most people don't take into consideration when they're selling their home themselves. So we're going to talk a little bit about that whole process. And what you may learn at the end of this is that your time is more valuable than what it's going to take for you to actually sell your home yourself. Okay. The first step, obviously, is you're going to have to price your home correctly. So where are you getting this price? What are you using to determine your value? And you say, well, this house down the street's listed for this, and this house is listed for that. Well, looking at what's listed doesn't tell you what your home is worth. You need to look at what is sold. So, a lot of people will go to Zillow and, look to see what their Zestimate is. And if you look at the disclaimer for a Zestimate, it will tell you they're not right the majority of the time.
Wow.
And actually here in East Tennessee, they have one of the lowest accuracy rates because we do have such a wide variety of housing in a small area. So making sure that you price the home correctly is going to be the biggest thing out there. The second thing is, are you taking into account the fact that one of the buyers who may want to look at your house may have an agent that they want to show them? So, you don't want to price yourself to where you can't work with an agent, because the majority of buyers in today's market are going to have an agent to represent them. So pricing your home correctly is the biggest thing. Second thing you need to consider is, how are you going to advertise your home being for sale? Zillow, again, is a very popular option. You've got forsalebyowner.com, FSBO.com, Facebook, Craigslist. There's a lot of options out there for you that you would be able to put it on to advertise your home. Then you've got to make sure all your facts are correct, because these websites, you're going to want to know how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, what year was your home built, what's the square footage, do you have a basement, do you have a garage, what's the acreage, do you have an HOA fee? There's a lot of details that you're going to need to put together, because you don't want to get started and then be like, well, crap, I don't really know, and then you're going to have to go find something. And so get all your information together up front.
And so what happens there if you disclose something and it's not correct? And then someone purchases that home. Is there any liability to that for the seller?
Well, and that kind of comes into the next point that I was going to talk about is, even if you sell your home yourself, there are certain property condition disclosures that you have to make available to the buyer. And, you can firm up and say, well, I'm selling it by myself. I don't have any documents. I'm not, they can buy it the way it is. You're opening yourself up to a lawsuit. As a realtor, we have to carry E&O insurance, errors and omissions, so that if we do make an error, even if it's a typographical error, and it ends up causing a lawsuit, my insurance covers me. As a personal seller, you're not going to have that type of insurance. So, you want to double check your facts and make sure they're right. But you also want to fill out a property condition disclosure. And you would have to find one of those online, because you need to disclose to buyers any kind of problems that you've had with the house, any repairs you've made, how old are the water heater, the roof, the central heat and air, things like that. Then you're going to have to coordinate your showings. Okay. So you're going to have people that you don't know who it is calling you. And, are you going to be able to take time off from work to be there with them? Are you just going to let them enter your house, and not have anybody there supervising them? That's a little scary thought. But, the other thing is, who exactly is coming into your home? Even if you're there, are they truly a qualified buyer that's interested in purchasing, or is it somebody casing the place because they want to come back and rob you? So, those are things that you kind of have to take into consideration. And the other thing about it is, a lot of times if a seller's present when, buyers are coming through, the buyers feel rushed and they're just trying to hurry up and get through there. Or the seller tends to overtalk and, he's like pointing out things that may have been very significant to him or her, but to this particular buyer, they could care less. And you're just kind of turning them off with your steady stream, of detail that you're throwing out there. So those are things to consider.
Right. And then too, basically with a realtor, if you're going to show someone a home, you're going to most of the time make sure they've been pre-qualified, correct?
Exactly. So that's the other thing is, are you qualifying your buyers? Are you asking for a pre-qualification letter when people are calling to schedule? Mm-hmm. Obviously, if an agent has called you and said, hey, I've got a buyer interested in your house, that agent has vetted that buyer for you. But if it's just, Joe Blow who called you off the website, how do you know that they're truly qualified and ready to purchase? The other thing is negotiating. Obviously, if you're listing your home by yourself, the buyer realizes that you're not paying a real estate commission. So, you may have calculated your price not taking the real estate commission, into account on that. The buyer's automatically going to start deducting money. So are you really getting the value of your home if buyers are automatically discounting because you're not paying a realtor on it? You're going to have a written contract, because if that buyer's financing it, you're going to have everything spelled out in writing, including inspection periods and things like that. So, again, you'll probably have to go online or talk to a real estate attorney and get a copy of a purchase and sale agreement for a home. Then you've got the earnest money, and we have talked in several of our episodes about what earnest money is, but it's basically a good faith deposit that a buyer will put down on a house. As the seller, for your own protection and for that buyer's protection, you don't need to deposit that in your checking account and let it get commingled with your other money. I would suggest, if you're doing it for sale by owner, that you let the title company, who will handle the closing, hold that earnest money for you. The neutral third party, and you don't have to worry about spending the money, and then something happening to the deal and you have to find a way to pay this buyer back. So then the buyer's going to have inspections. They're going to need to get a home inspector, a pest inspector, maybe a radon inspector in there. So, again, it comes to, are you going to be available to let these people in? Or are you just going to let them in your house, unsupervised, so to speak? Those are things you have to take in consideration if you're going to sell it yourself. Then you've got to negotiate the repairs. So, most people think that their house is great. There's no issues. There's not going to be a problem. Those inspectors are always going to find a problem. So you have to be, prepared for that and ready to negotiate those repairs. You're going to have to follow up with your buyer's lender to make sure that things are moving towards closing. Has the title work been ordered? Has the appraisal been ordered? Have the buyers got you everything you need to move forward with the loan? So you're having to do a lot of work, is what I'm getting at with this. You're going to have to work with the title company to get them your payoff information, coordinate your closing. And on top of all this other stuff, you're going to be trying to pack and move. So, like I said at the beginning, is your time more valuable than that? Are you better off just hiring a real estate agent and letting them deal with all these headaches that can pop up along the way? And the other thing that you kind of want to consider is that if you're selling your home yourself, but you've got a house you're wanting to purchase when you close on yours, that seller may not accept a contingency of the sale of your home if you're doing it for sale by owner, just because, there's not the accountability, it may not be as easily closed as one that is being facilitated by a real estate agent. So if you have questions about selling your home on your own, I've got my little fact sheet here. I've actually got a little handbook that I can send to you to help you out. Just shoot me a message and let me know. But now we're going to talk about the contest rules. As I mentioned, school's getting ready to start back, tax-free weekends, last weekend of the month. So we want to help a teacher in our area. And when I say our area, I'm going to say Hamlin and Jefferson County.
Sure.
So what we would like for you to do is we want you to like our video. We want you to share this video. And when you share the video, I want you to tag 3 teachers who are deserving of getting some extra help in their classroom. And then next week, Kim and I will pull one of the people that have been tagged. If we can get like a little contest going with the same people, then we may just end up with whoever gets tagged the most. But we're going to donate $250 to that teacher's classroom for them to buy school supplies, do whatever they need to do with that. So I'm sure everybody that's watching us has some school teachers that they know. If you've got kids in school or, just friends that you have. So again, you're going to like the video, you're going to share the video, and you're going to tag 3 teachers in the video. And then next week we'll pick one of them and they will win $250 to spend in their classroom. So thanks again for watching. We appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing you next Wednesday.
Thank you.